Hi, my name is Kat, or the Free Librarian, and welcome to a weekly vlog. It is now Wednesday, and I thought, how about I start the vlog? So I'll tell you what I'm currently reading. I'm in the middle of 4 books, which is a lot, but well. First of all, I have The Wings of Ashtaroth by Hugh Westenra. I'm 5% in. I've read the prologue. I have said it in last week's vlog, if you've seen that, but I'm gonna do a spoilery vlog for this where I check in after every chapter, because I read the prologue and there's just so much to talk about, and so I need to do that, but I don't want to start chapter 1 before I filmed my clip for the prologue, and I still need to do that. So that's something that I need to do, and then I can continue this. But I am quite enjoying. I anticipate that the other chapters I will also have quite a bit to talk about. So I will be continuing this, but we'll see how fast I can get through this. Then I also have The Mistletoe Bride and Other Haunting Tales by Kate Mosse. This is a short story collection. I've read the first 2. I liked the first one. Wasn't blown away by it, but it was fun. I didn't enjoy the second one as much, but I can see what it's trying to do, and I can appreciate what it's trying to do. So overall, I'm liking the collection so far. So I'm gonna try and read more of this. I have 12 stories left. I don't think I'll be finishing this one in this vlog, but I'll definitely read a couple stories in this. Then I have Murder on the Safari Store by M.J. Leonard and Sam Sedgman, which is a middle grade mystery set on a train. It's the third book in the Adventures on Trains series. So we have a murder mystery set on a train in South Africa / Zambia / Zimbabwe. We travel through it with the train. And so we also have a lot of discussion about like wildlife and endangered species and stuff like that, which I quite like. I'm almost halfway through it, not quite. It's hard to see because there's a purchasing one. I'm this far in, but I definitely will be finishing this this week. And I'm also reading My Dark Vanessa by Kate Elizabeth Russell, which is a literary fiction about this girl who was groomed by her teacher, and then we also follow her when she's an adult and looking back at this experience. And I'm taking this slow because it is a pretty intense read. My bookmark has fallen. So yeah, I'm taking it quite slow, but I definitely do want to continue, if not finish this week. So I have those 4 books. I would like to, well, there's 2 other books that were on my TBR for the month, and I would like to finish one of them and at least start the other one. So I still have Mort by Terry Pratchett. I plan to read this in its entirety because it's pretty short, as all Discworld books are, and they don't take too long to read for me. So I would like to finish this as well. And then I also have The Wall of Storms by Ken Liu. This is quite chunky, so I don't think I'll be able to finish it this month, but I would like to be able to get into a position where I can start this. So that means finishing at least one, preferably two of the books that I'm reading, so I can start this and yeah, I really liked book one in the series, and I read it relatively quickly. Of course, it is long, so a quick read still takes some time with that many pages, but like I read it a lot quicker than other books of the same length, so I hope that that will also be the case with this one. And I think I'll really enjoy this. So those are the books I will be reading for the vlog. I'll definitely be finishing this one. Maybe I finish this one, I don't know. What I think I'm gonna do is just always take this one to like classes and when I'm going somewhere, because it's like really easy to just read a story and dip in and out of this. Also because the stories are quite short, even for short stories. So it's really easy to just read one during like class break or whatever. So I think I'm gonna do that, and then maybe I will get through it relatively quickly. We'll see. But I'm really gonna need to focus on two of these to finish it, because I don't mind reading 3 books at the same time, but 4 is a little bit a lot. And I mean, I don't mind it because the one is a collection of short stories. But if I'm going to be reading The Wall of Storms, I would like to have as little other things as possible, because it is like an adult epic fantasy, and I already have The Wings of Ashtaroth, which is also an adult epic fantasy, and I don't need those two plus 2 other books at the same time. So yeah, that is the start of this vlog. This semester is going to be quite busy for me, both during the day and in the evenings, which is good because I wanted to find more of a balance between reading and doing booktube and my other hobbies. But that also means that I'm going to be reading less, and so I'm going to have less to talk about to you. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see. So that is the start of this vlog, and I will talk to you probably tomorrow or something. Hi. Hi. It is now Friday, and I thought I'd update you. I've read some more of Murder at the Safari Star. I am this far into it. And I'm still really enjoying this. This one, in comparison to the other books in the series, is definitely more like a classic murder mystery. We have one of the passengers who is a police inspector, or a retired police inspector, and he is working on the case, and well, Alex and his friend Winston, who we meet in this book, are helping him. But so it's very much like a classic, people, like someone who has the authority to question people, who has the ability to do like a police investigation, like interrogating suspects, getting people's alibis and motives, which is something that I really like. I prefer like a police detective story versus a PI, personally. So I really like this. It is definitely very heavily inspired by Murder of the Orient Express. Like the Orient Express is literally mentioned in the book. But you can see the like some of the plot beats, like a lot of similarities. I don't necessarily think that the conclusion will be similar to Murder on the Orient Express, but we do have a lot of similarities and we have a clear inspiration there. I don't know who the killer would be. I think I figured out how it would have been done. But like the people in this book almost figured that out too, so that's not too hard. But I'm not sure who. It's very interesting. There are a lot of bits and pieces. So yeah, I am really interested in this. And so I definitely gonna continue this during the weekend, probably finish it because I have 100 pages left and it's a pretty quick read, so I might even finish this today. So over the weekend, I'm gonna continue some of my Dark Vanessa, but I'm trying to take this slowly because it is so intense, so I probably won't like binge it all the way, but I'll read a little bit more of this. But I'm planning to start Mort by Terry Pratchett and just read this in its entirety. It's not too long. I'm excited about this one because this is where people like say that the story or like the series becomes what it is. Like prior to this, Terry Pratchett wasn't really sure what he wanted to do with this world. And so he he tried some things, but it wasn't what it like what the majority of the series is. This fourth book is where he starts to just expand the possibilities and realize what possibilities he has within this series and where the series truly becomes that. So I'm really excited. I expect it to be funny. I liked Death as a character in the previous book. He wasn't in the first 3 books too much, but he was in there and I did really like him in there, so I think I'll like this book as well. He's very intriguing. He's very I want to know more about him, so I'm gonna be reading Mort. And yeah, I plan to read this all like the entire thing during this weekend, because it is a fairly quick read for me, or at least the previous 3 have been, so I expect it's also going to be a pretty quick read for me. We'll see, but I am excited. And yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to finish it just because like this week has been so incredibly busy with a lot of different things, and like there was something that I actually needed to do this week as well, but I didn't have time for it, so I'm gonna have to do this during the weekend. I try not to plan too much during the weekend, because that's like my time to relax and to do stuff that I didn't get done throughout the week, which is the case this week. So that's gonna take a bit of time during the weekend, but yeah, I hope that this will be great. I have faith in it. So yeah, that is Mort by Terry Pratchett. Then I'm gonna be starting at least, and hopefully also finishing. So I think that is an update. I'm not gonna be able to finish my February TBR. I've been reading too many random things, which isn't a bad thing. Mood reading is fun too. you know, we read what we can read, and we try to get to what we can get to. So this was the update. I will see you probably on Monday. Bye. Hi. It is now Tuesday, and I wanted to update earlier, but I haven't been home a lot because the heater broke. And so it's still really cold in here. So just been not home as much as possible. But yeah, it should be fixed today, so I'm really happy about that. But I'll give you some updates because I have quite a few. So, first I finished Murder on the Safari Star, which I really liked it. It's my favorite in the series so far, I think. It was really good. So I mentioned that I thought I knew the how, but not the who. About like one chapter after that, I figured out the who. So that was fun. I was wrong with the how. Well, kind of, not really, because there were just so many components to the solution, which I really enjoyed. It was like, yeah, it was quite complicated. So yeah, I really liked that. So yeah, I thought it was really good. I really want to read the next book because I enjoyed this third book so much. So yeah, we'll see. And on the fifth book will be translated to Dutch in April, or like Dutch translation will come out in April, I should say. So I can just continue, but then I have to wait for the translation of book 6, which is already out in English, so I could technically read it in English, but I don't want to. So then I have to wait, which is a little sad, but I still have 2 books to read in that series. For now. So that is Murder at the Safari Star. Then I read Mort by Terry Pratchett from start to finish. And I also really enjoyed it. It's not my favorite Discworld so far. I think I like Equal Rights just a little bit more, but it's definitely second place. It's about a boy called Mort who becomes an apprentice of death. And yeah, I really liked it. I liked sort of the discussions of destiny and how that was handled. And I wasn't really sure how it was going to end because like we've seen death in earlier Discworld books. And there was also just called Death, not Mort. But Mort takes place before at least the 2 Wizards books because we see Rincewind when he's at the university, so it takes place before that. And so I wasn't sure, like, is Mort just going to become Death, and then his name also changes to Death? Of how is that going to play out? Because we see that Mort becomes more and more like Death, and that Death becomes more and more human. And so yeah, I was curious as to how that was going to go, but I really liked the ending. I thought it was very appropriate. Yeah, I liked the book overall. As I said, I liked Equal Rights just a tad bit more. But yeah, I liked Mort as main character. I liked. What's the girl's name? I forgot. Like Death's daughter. I really liked her as well. The library where look with everyone's life story was a very cool concept. Also, trying to spoil it, but the scene at the university with the statue. If you've read it, I hope you know what I'm talking about, but I'm trying not to spoil it. But I really liked that scene. So yeah, I liked it. Then I read some more of My Dark Vanessa, and it continues to be good, but it continues to be very uncomfortable. We've had a sex scene which like already make me uncomfortable in like romance books, but in here this was like, oh girl, please no, please don't. So it continues to make me uncomfortable, but intentionally so. There was a moment when like we're seeing this through Vanessa's eyes. And so for a while I thought that maybe like it was romanticized by the narrative a little bit too much, because of obviously Vanessa romanticizes it. And also in the present timeline, she doesn't really realize the impact that this has on her life. So I was worried that maybe like it wouldn't be super clear that it's actually commenting on this and not romanticizing it. But then that changed. So that's good. Yeah, so far I'm liking it. She read Lolita. Classic. Like I don't know. I'm liking it. I'm liking the components. I still want to read it. I'm about a quarter of the way through, I think. So yeah, I really like it. Then I read The Mistletoe Bride and Other Stories. I read 2 more short stories in this. I'm holding this one up, not the rest, because this is the only one that was within reach. And I was just too lazy to get up to get the books. So there you go. I have read the 3rd and 4th story. The 3rd one is Red Letter Day, which is about a woman who goes to this place in France to do something. I'm not going to say just in case it's a spoiler. I thought it was incredibly obvious what she was going to do from like the first sentence, but just in case it isn't, like, it would be a spoiler. But I really, really liked that one. Very like mysterious at the end, very like you get this sort of sense of dread throughout the entire story, which I really liked. Yeah, I really liked the story. It does have like a content warning that, again, I don't want to say it because it kind of spoils it. So yeah, I don't know how to solve this. Look it up if you need content warnings for things. But yeah, that was a story I really liked. And then what is it? It was the drowned village, or the drowned village, which is about a boy who there's this award thing at his school, and afterwards he goes in with a friend, and his friend tells him the story of this sunken island. It's not Atlantis, but it's sunken island. And then things go from there. I really liked it. There was a thing that sort of was part of the setup that that seemed like it would be a bigger deal than it actually was in the story. Like it was barely like relevant to the story, which was a little weird, but um yeah, other than that, I really liked it. Again, there's a content warning that I don't want to spoil either. Um, um, but yeah, I really enjoyed it. We see the thing that's the content warning and the spoiler, how that happens and how the spoil deals with it, but also how everyone else reacts to it. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. So those were 3 short stories I read. I really liked them, so I think I have 10 left. So I definitely won't be able to finish the book this week, which was kind of my plan slash hope. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to start the Wall of Storms this week, which was part of my plans, but I think that's gonna be something for next week. But yeah, that was the update. I hope the heater gets fixed soon. And I will see you again in another video. Bye. Literally like 2 seconds after finishing the last clip because I realized that I was like saying another video, which implies that this will be the end of the video, which it's not. There should be another clip tomorrow, I hope. So you'll see that now. Okay, so hi, it is Wednesday morning. This angle sucks and I know it, but it's fine. I'm gonna wrap up this video really quick because it's still cold and I want to get out of here as soon as possible. So, yeah, okay, so since we last spoke, I'm gonna try and just hold it. I read 2 more short stories in The Mistletoe Bride and Other Haunting Tales. I read The House on the Hill, which is about a woman who was invited to this estate and she finds this dollhouse that looks very familiar to her, and her husband has died, and yeah, I'm not gonna say it, but I really loved this short story. This was great. Then after that I read Why the Yew Trees Live So Long, which is like with only 4 pages. It was like a little like legend almost, or like a myth, which wasn't my favorite short story, but I don't really have issues with it. Like it was good, but I liked some others more. Then I also read some more of My Dark Vanessa. I am almost halfway through. It's just getting a little long. The fact that I still have more than half of the book left is a little worrying to me, but like, it's not that I already want it to be over, but just not even being halfway yet makes me a little worried, so it's starting to feel a little long. Other than that, it is really good. And so I read a bit of those 2 this week. I also read Murder on the Safari Star and Mort this week, and I think that's it. And now I'm just gonna go to anywhere where it's a little bit warm. So I'll see you in another video. Bye.